Okay, so here's what we got going on today. I'm gonna do a little test area. Hopefully you can see the condition of this paint. This typical clear coat's about to delaminate, but I want to try and eke it out for another couple of years before I gotta repaint it. So I'm gonna try and give it a little buff and see if we can clean it up a little bit, make it at least a little shinier before we got to do a repaint on it. But it's basically the roof. That's about it. So we'll start off with some 3M, some of the stuff I have left over, Imperial Micro Finishing Compound, and then this has got 3M Finesse It in it. So we'll start off with the wool pad, finish up with the foam pad. Give it a shot here. That's a huge improvement. So a little more effort, a little bit more, and I think it's looking pretty good. I'm pretty satisfied so far with what it's looking like. With one quick pass, one easy, slow pass. This is kind of a rough cut, but it's 100 times better than it was over here. That was majorly starting to dull up. So I think we'll be able to do something with this. I mean, worst case, you'd take like 1,500, 2,000 grit paper to this and get it even better. But I think right now I'm just gonna do this for the moment. I might try a little spot with some 2000. See what I can do with that spot. Because there are still some fine scratches, if that's what they are, is at the clear coat checking. So, and that means I'd have to remove that layer that's checking. It's definitely way better. I mean, in the trunk lid needs it too. It's all covered with dust from the buffer, but it's got the same, I don't want to say the same situation, but it's definitely dulling up to where if I took some wet sand to the trunk lid, it'd be better, but I've got this lovely chip spot anyway. But the quarter panel's like in really good shape, doors are in good shape, hood's just got a bunch of chips all over it, so I may need to try to just do some touch-up spots, dab them in, buff the entire hood, but there's a bunch of them. I think it would definitely improve the appearance. So let me get some sandpaper, see what I can do. I'm curious. Got some 1200 grit. There's some stuff over here I'm going to try and eliminate. This is my 1200 grit. Got some water. Give it some wet sanding. So now we got like a uniform haze dullness over it. We'll take the buffer to it and see what we can clean up now. Well, that sold me that this paint is savable, I think. Like back here is where I wet sand it. It looks pretty darn good. Some more buffing and wet sanding of the rest. Don't have much more of the finesse it or the micro finishing compound, but it's definitely savable with doing some 1200 grit paper and buffing the crap out of it. Now, let me show you what it looked like again over here. So pretty dull. Yuck. And pretty shaggy over there. So maybe I'll do some more wet sanding and see what I can get out of it. It's definitely an improvement because I swore this roof was like, yeah boy, we might need to do some painting sooner than I'd like to, but after seeing that, I think we're pretty good. It'll last for a couple of years at least. Much better. It's all original, so that's why I'm trying to keep it. Everything on this car. Okay, so here's the end result. 100 times better. Is it perfect? No, but it's definitely gonna make it past, you know, a couple years before I think a scuff and repaint. Maybe a little bit more of a scuff, but I mean it looks really good compared to where we were. It was a real sore spot to me before. Like, am I gonna be able to clean it up enough to make it presentable? You know. Like I said, there's still some small stuff. You can see it in the lights, but yeah, I get some more rubbing compound. Go at it a little heavier with the buffer and do the entire car. But the rest of the car is pretty good. But the roof was definitely the worst. Now it's probably a little bit better than the rest.